The small town of Greenvale was nestled in a picturesque valley, surrounded by rolling hills and a shimmering river that wound its way through the landscape. It was the kind of place where life moved at a leisurely pace, and the townsfolk knew each other by name. However, in the heart of this serene town lived a young boy named Ethan, who possessed an extraordinary secret. Ethan was an ordinary boy in most respects. He had unruly brown hair that stuck out in all directions, freckles sprinkled across his cheeks, and bright blue eyes that sparkled with curiosity. But there was one thing about Ethan that set him apart from his peers: he could fly. It all started one warm summer's day when Ethan discovered his extraordinary ability. He was playing in his backyard, his imagination soaring as he pretended to be a superhero, leaping from one imaginary adventure to another. In one particularly daring leap, he felt an unfamiliar sensation, as if the ground had fallen away beneath him. To his astonishment, he found himself suspended in midair. Excitement coursed through Ethan's veins as he hovered effortlessly above the ground. He laughed with delight, soaring higher and higher, reveling in the newfound freedom that only a bird or an airplane could understand. But as soon as he caught a glimpse of his neighbor, Mrs. Jenkins, peering out from her kitchen window, Ethan plummeted back to the ground with a thud. He dusted himself off, trying to comprehend what had just happened. Had it been his imagination playing tricks on him? Determined to test his theory, Ethan waited until he was alone once again, hidden from prying eyes, and attempted to fly. To his amazement, he lifted off the ground effortlessly, defying the laws of gravity. From that day on, Ethan discovered that he possessed the power of flight, but only when nobody was looking. Ethan couldn't contain his excitement and rushed to share his newfound ability with his friends and family. Bursting with enthusiasm, he called a meeting at the local park and eagerly shared his secret with them. However, his friends stared at him in disbelief, exchanging skeptical glances. "That's impossible, Ethan," Jake, his best friend, declared with a chuckle. "You expect us to believe you can fly?" Ethan's heart sank as he realized that his extraordinary ability was too incredible for his friends to comprehend. They dismissed his claims as mere childhood fantasies, leaving Ethan feeling isolated and misunderstood. Despite their disbelief, Ethan remained undeterred, determined to prove his abilities to the skeptical townsfolk. Days turned into weeks, and Ethan continued to fly in secret, practicing his newfound skill whenever he could find a moment of solitude. He soared through the cotton candy clouds, danced with the swallows, and felt the wind rush through his hair. It was a magical experience, but also a lonely one. As time passed, whispers of Ethan's supposed flight trickled through the town, reaching the ears of curious adults and skeptical children alike. Many dismissed the rumors as mere tales spun by imaginative minds, but some couldn't help but wonder if there was a shred of truth to the stories. One day, an annual summer fair was organized in Greenvale. It was a lively event, filled with laughter, music, and the scent of cotton candy that permeated the air. Ethan's heart skipped a beat as he realized this would be the perfect opportunity to unveil his ability to the entire town. With newfound determination, Ethan made his way to the fairgrounds, feeling a mix of nerves and excitement. He climbed to the top of the Ferris wheel, where he would have a vantage point to perform his aerial display. As the Ferris wheel turned, Ethan surveyed the crowd below, taking note of the sea of expectant faces. The townsfolk, young and old, had gathered, their eyes fixated on the colorful spectacle unfolding before them. Taking a deep breath, Ethan focused his mind and willed himself to fly. He could feel the familiar surge of energy coursing through his body as he lifted off the seat of the Ferris wheel, defying gravity once again. Gasps of astonishment erupted from the crowd as they watched him hover in midair, his limbs outstretched like a bird in flight. The fairground fell into a stunned silence as Ethan soared above the Ferris wheel, performing graceful loops and twists through the sky. He reveled in the exhilaration of the moment, feeling a sense of freedom and vindication that he had longed for. This was his chance to show the world that he had been telling the truth all along. The crowd erupted into a symphony of applause and cheers, their doubts transformed into awe and wonder. Ethan's friends, including Jake, stared up at him with wide-eyed amazement, their disbelief shattered. Mrs. Jenkins, who had watched from her kitchen window countless times, could hardly believe her eyes. She clutched her heart, her face beaming with pure joy. Ethan, his heart bursting with happiness, descended gently back to the ground, landing softly among the crowd. He was immediately engulfed in a whirlwind of people, all eager to congratulate him and hear more about his extraordinary gift. He answered their questions with a wide smile, recounting his adventures and the freedom he felt whenever he took to the skies. From that day forward, Ethan became a local legend, a source of inspiration and wonder in the town of Greenvale. People would often catch glimpses of him soaring above the rooftops, spreading his wings and reminding everyone that there was magic in the world, waiting to be discovered. But as much as the townsfolk marveled at Ethan's ability, they also learned an invaluable lesson. They realized that sometimes, the most extraordinary things could be right in front of their eyes, waiting to be seen. They had overlooked Ethan's truth, because they couldn't fathom the possibility, but now they were reminded that miracles could exist, even in the most ordinary of places. Ethan's friends stood by his side, supporting him through his newfound fame and the challenges that came with it. They understood that his ability was not a mere trick but a part of who he was. Together, they embarked on adventures, exploring new heights and pushing the boundaries of their own imaginations. And so, the small town of Greenvale, once known for its serene beauty, became a place of magic and wonder. The story of the boy who could fly, once met with skepticism, had transformed the hearts and minds of the townsfolk. They had learned to believe in the extraordinary, to embrace the unknown, and to cherish the remarkable in the most unexpected of places. As for Ethan, he continued to fly, not just with his wings of freedom, but with the love and support of a community that had come to understand the power of believing. And in the endless blue sky above Greenvale, Ethan's laughter echoed, a testament to the joy of being seen, believed, and embraced for the extraordinary gift that he possessed.